The Belgian Malinois isn't just a dog. It's a high-speed, muscle-packed crime-fighting machine wrapped in fur. It's the canine equivalent of a Navy SEAL, a warrior so fearless, so intense, that even elite soldiers trust them with their lives. But what makes this breed the bravest dog on the planet? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why Belgian Malinois don't just chase bad guys. They redefine what it means to be fearless. And if you think you've seen brave dogs before, wait until you hear what one Malinois did when faced with a terrorist armed with an assault rifle. Spoiler alert, the dog won. To understand the sheer courage of the Malinois, picture this. It's the dead of night, deep in enemy territory. A team of elite soldiers moves in silence, scanning every shadow, every movement. The mission is top secret. Failure is not an option. And leading the way? Not a drone, not a high-tech surveillance system, just a single Belgian Malinois. Its ears perked, its body tense, ready to strike at a moment's notice. This isn't fiction. This is real life. And this fearless warrior was a crucial part of one of the most dangerous military operations in modern history. We'll get to that story in a second. But first, let's talk about why the Belgian Malinois is the #1 choice for military and police forces worldwide. At first glance, you might mistake them for German shepherds. But make no mistake, the Malinois is a completely different beast. Imagine taking a German shepherd, dialing up its speed, intelligence, and energy to an almost unmanageable level, and then giving it a personality that says, "I fear nothing, and I will protect my human at all costs." That's a Malinois. Their reaction time is faster, their endurance is insane, and their loyalty is unmatched. When a Malinois is locked onto a mission, whether it's taking down a criminal or retrieving a ball, you'd better believe nothing will stop them. And that drive? Oh, it's real. These dogs don't just need exercise, they crave it like a shark craves the ocean. A simple walk around the block? Not enough. A game of fetch? Not even close. They need full-on training sessions, obstacle courses, and intense mental stimulation. If you don't give them a job, they'll find one. And trust me, you won't like the one they choose. Backyard excavation project? Check. Couch destruction on an architectural level? Absolutely. Breaking the sound barrier as they sprint laps around your living room? 100%. But in the hands of the right trainer, all that energy gets channeled into something truly extraordinary. Now, let's get back to that mission, the one that made military history. This is the story of Cairo, the Belgian Malinois, who was part of the Navy SEAL team that took down Osama bin Laden. Yes, while some dogs are busy barking at the neighbor's cat, Cairo was securing the perimeter of one of the most dangerous operations in modern warfare. As the SEALs moved through the compound, Cairo's job was to detect threats, hidden explosives, enemy combatants, anything that could jeopardize the mission. And he did it flawlessly. Think about that for a second. In one of the most high-stakes moments in military history, a Belgian Malinois was trusted to do what technology and weapons couldn't: ensure the safety of the world's most elite soldiers. That's not just bravery, that's legendary. And Cairo isn't the only Malinois with an insane story. There's Diesel, the Malinois from France who took down an armed terrorist, saving countless lives. When police forces were tracking a dangerous extremist in Paris, Diesel led the charge. And in a moment of ultimate sacrifice, he ran into the line of fire to protect his team. The courage of this one dog was so profound that people around the world mourned his loss as they would a fallen soldier. Because that's exactly what these dogs are, soldiers. Then there's Kuno, a military Malinois who single-handedly turned the tide of battle in Afghanistan. When his unit was pinned down by enemy fire, Kuno didn't hesitate. Through a hail of bullets, he charged forward, taking down the enemy and allowing his team to gain the upper hand. He was wounded in the process, but guess what? He survived, and he was later awarded the Dickin Medal, the highest honor a military animal can receive. What makes these stories even more incredible is that Belgian Malinois don't do it for fame, for recognition, or even for treats. They do it because their loyalty runs deeper than most humans can comprehend. These dogs don't just protect, they form an unbreakable bond with their handlers. Ask any soldier who has worked with a Malinois, and they'll tell you, these dogs aren't just partners, they're family. But here's where things get interesting. For all their bravery, Malinois aren't aggressive monsters. They aren't wild, uncontrollable beasts. In the right hands, they are some of the most affectionate, playful, and loving dogs you could ever own. They love their families fiercely. But here's the catch. Owning one is not for the faint of heart. If you think you can just adopt a Malinois and expect it to be a chill, easygoing pet, well, you're in for a wild ride. The Belgian Malinois isn't just a dog, it's a force of nature. Their courage is undeniable, their intelligence unmatched, but let's talk about their energy level. Imagine giving a toddler 5 cups of coffee and then asking them to sit still. That's a Malinois on a calm day. They don't just want to run, they need to run. They don't just want to work, they live to work. This is why they excel in military, police, and search and rescue roles. Their stamina is off the charts, and their ability to focus on a task is almost superhuman. But what happens when that energy doesn't have an outlet? Well, that's when things get interesting. Many first-time Malinois owners think they're getting a loyal companion who will protect them while casually hanging out at home. That's like thinking you can park a Formula One car in your driveway and only drive it to the grocery store. Without proper stimulation, a Malinois will make their own fun. And their idea of fun might include turning your backyard into a crater-filled war zone, unstuffing your couch with surgical precision, or learning how to open doors just to prove they can. They aren't being bad, they're just wired for a level of activity most people aren't ready for. And that brings us to the most important thing every Malinois owner needs to understand. Before you think these dogs are all about action and no brains, let's dig deeper. Belgian Malinois aren't just fearless in the field, they're problem solvers, tacticians, and thinkers. Their natural instinct to protect doesn't just come from training, it's something they're born with. And when faced with danger, they don't rush in without assessing the situation first. They've been known to outthink even their trainers. In one instance, a Malinois successfully navigated through an intricate obstacle course, solving problems along the way that had stumped humans for hours. They combine their intelligence and bravery to execute missions with the precision of a well-oiled machine. This isn't just instinct at work, it's a mind that constantly analyzes, adapts, and executes. And when you pair that with their heart-stopping courage, you get a dog that's not just a warrior but a genius in its own right. But bravery and brains don't always come easy. Belgian Malinois need more than just exercise. They need constant mental stimulation, or else their sharp minds will get them into trouble. These dogs are capable of learning complex tasks, but when bored, they might start making their own fun. Whether it's unlocking doors, escaping from secured areas, or even taking things apart just to see how they work, they always seem to have a plan in mind. This behavior isn't a sign of mischief, it's a reflection of how their minds work. They're always thinking, always analyzing, and never content with simply sitting still. If you're not prepared to match their energy, you'll quickly learn that their fearlessness doesn't just apply to danger, it extends to everything they do. If you're up for the challenge, however, they'll reward you with unparalleled loyalty and a bond that's as deep as their intelligence. These dogs need a job. Period. They aren't happy sitting around all day waiting for you to come home. They need exercise, training, and constant engagement. A bored Malinois is a destructive Malinois. And when I say destructive, I don't mean, oops, he chewed my slipper. I mean, oops, he chewed the entire couch, the drywall, and maybe the refrigerator. But if you give them the structure they need, they will be the most loyal, loving, and courageous dog you'll ever have. So, is the Belgian Malinois the bravest dog breed on the planet? Without a doubt. These dogs have proven themselves on battlefields, in high-risk police operations, and even in everyday life, protecting their owners with a level of devotion that's hard to comprehend. But the real question is, could you handle one? Let me know in the comments. And if you're as obsessed with incredible animal stories as I am, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Because trust me, we've got more jaw-dropping content coming your way.